Will Smith's AI debacle is a new low.
You can make it, yes you can, yeah. I know you can make it. Through the dark night of soul. I know you can make it.
A lot of people are noticing the images in the back. Look at that. Look at this in the back right here. One right here is hilarious because, first of all, images don't even look real. The people don't look real. You Can Make It, I guess, is the song that he made. I've never heard of it personally. But why does he say, you can make it, help me survive cancer, thanks, Will? And then there's two people holding the sign. Well, who beat cancer? And why are both people holding the sign? Shouldn't it just be one person? But it gets more outlandish. It gets more ridiculous because when it shows people showing signs and crowds of people, another thing that I noticed that was crazy was this person in the middle of the arena, the person in the middle of the crowd right here, bro. This is the craziest thing ever. All of that is AI. You got a blurred face right here. You have a woman right here, multiple hands that don't belong to anybody. There's not even a person clapping right here, but there's hands right here available. This guy's neck is turned all the way around. This is crazy, bro. Will Smith does not need to do this at all. At all. I don't know why. I don't know what the purpose of this was. And the rest of it is just horrible, horrible AI, horrible. They didn't even spell love correctly. Look at that. L-O-V-U. They didn't even spell love right.
What up, words? Boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those cash apps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, if I could go back to young Challz from the 80s and tell him that one of his, I'm not going to say favorite, but a guy I really did enjoy Will Smith back in the 80s with the Nightmare on My Street, and I Think I Can Beat Mike Tyson, Parents Just Don't Understand to a degree, Brand New Funk, a whole lot of memories, a whole lot of years of just great music. I'm just going to be honest. And a lot of Will Smith's time in hip hop, we accepted him even through the changes. We saw Will Smith boycott the Grammys. He was the first one to do it because they wouldn't show the awards on TV when rappers got the award. They got the Grammy Award during commercial break. Like, they wouldn't show the hip hop award on the Grammys. And Will Smith boycotted, and that led to actually them having to show it. Okay? Will Smith was a real big deal in hip hop. I don't know if you guys know that. And if I were to go back in time and tell my younger self that one day Will Smith would be an embarrassing, almost semi-villain in a way, that's on a clear villain arc that's going to lead to self-destruction, I wouldn't believe me. I would tell me to get out, get the hell out, right? I wouldn't believe it. But here we are. Will Smith is an embarrassing anti-hero. He is a semi-villain. He's not a villain yet, right? He's not as far gone as Drake, but this is what Drake could become after Drake realizes, let's just say in 10, 15 years, that he's completely washed up and he starts to do silly things to appear that he is not washed up, like drop a really trash album and then go on a tour and use AI in the concert footage commercial. So I don't know if you know what's going on, but Will Smith has a very, very weird concert footage. I'm going to show some pictures right here from the promo video. But if you're like me, you wouldn't even have noticed. Someone slowed this thing down when they saw this video of Will Smith in this. It's very, very, I'm going to say emotional and uplifting. Just a clip is only like 20 seconds long. But someone online, and this is what they do. They will slow your thing down and look at it. Maybe someone just caught it. Maybe they didn't even slow it down. But if you look at it, you see what is clearly distorted and horrific AI images. Now, if you use AI, like I use AI sometimes for different little projects and things of that nature, no music or nothing like that, but I'll use it to create a photograph or things of that nature. You play with it, it's whatever. And sometimes the fingers won't be fully formed, the ears won't be there. You got to look at that stuff very closely. It's like it'll be deformities out of 1 out of every 4 is going to be unusable, right? And you're supposed to report it. Oh, this image is it's a disturbing image or whatever, right? So, you know, it is what it is. But for someone of this magnitude, there shouldn't be any distorted images. I don't know who he hired to put this thing together, but they did a awful job. And we can't blame Will Smith because I'm sure this was outsourced and someone got paid to do this imagery. But these images, gang, they're disturbing. They look almost demonic. This is horrific. And this is what happens when you use AI, but you don't monitor each and every single aspect. This is someone that lazily did this. They got paid, but they did it lazy because if you don't think that people are going to look close, you're just going to let it ride. People are going to look close, gang. This is it. You're sending this out to millions of people. Someone's going to freeze frame this shit. And the images, this is some of the worst AI imagery I have ever seen. It is an embarrassing joke. Now you got to think, Will Smith is on a roll of nonsense. He dropped a really bad album. I tried to like it. I tried to get into it. I don't know anyone who liked that. What was it? Based on a true story, right? So he went on tour, but he dropped this album. People didn't like it. They weren't feeling it. I didn't really like the video with him pretending to be all the characters. I think that he says he got advice from Jay-Z and Kendrick, and they told him to be himself. I don't think he was himself on this based on a true story album. I think Will Smith is out of touch, and he's trying to appear like he's in touch. He's trying to over apologize and overcorrect some things in his album, which it doesn't work. I think his real self is still in there. I don't think we got any semblance of the real Will Smith because he's still trying to placate and kind of do a performance for us that he's still Will Smith, this super uber positive guy. Well, we saw you go up and slap the shit out of Chris Rock and told him keep your wife's name out his mouth, so we know you ain't that super uber positive, right? Because you and your wife weren't even together at the time. She said she was surprised that you even asked her to attend the damn awards with her, the Grammys, and the Oscars. She was surprised you even asked her because you were getting a Lifetime Achievement Award or what have you, and you weren't even with her, but you had made a whole extent after she gave you that look and you ran up and you slapped the holy shit out of Chris Rock. And it's still tough to watch to this day. If you go watch it with the sound and everything on, he slapped the dog shit. He slapped this dude hard as shit, gang. Like, for those that's thinking it was staged and I was going back and forth, I want to say about 2 days in my group chat, and it was guys in my group chat that refused to believe that slap was real. They argued me for 2-3 days. They was like, come on, Challz, it's clearly staged. Come on, man, you got to be kidding me. Don't you see? Look at the slap. They were telling me. But now in hindsight, when we know Chris Rock had nothing to do with that slap, he was not in on it, right? He slapped the dog. He slapped this dude hard, gang. So we know you're not like this cheerful, overly da-da-da-da. So the album drops. I feel like it wasn't authentic. He feels it was. We want to beg to differ on that. Then he comes back. What was it? 2-3 years later, he goes on. He does a freestyle on, I can't remember which. It wasn't the Lyrical Lemonade one. We all heard that one. But it was another one. Oh, Fire in the Booth, right? I don't know. I think that's Bootleg Kev. I'm not sure. But he goes on Fire in the Booth and he uses the slap, which at the time he was super, uber remorseful. He wanted to make up with Chris Rock. He knew he was wrong. He took a sabbatical. I think he was offline for like a year. Like, this guy was living down this slap for freaking years. Then he comes back and makes it into a hot line, right? He tries to do a freestyle and makes the line into, if you talking crazy on that stage, expect to see me on that stage. Now he's big boned and brolic and tough about the slap. And now the slap is going to be a one line. The slap is going to be a bar that's going to show you that Will Smith, if you say something slick, he coming up on the stage. Well, Mike Lowry, you should have held that stance when you was at the Oscars crying, right? I say that all the time. I'm like, listen, if that's who you are, then own it. I said a long time ago, own that shit. Somebody talking crazy about your wife, then you got the right to go up on stage. If that's what it is, that's what it is. Let niggas know, man, all y'all niggas in here, nigga, who else want it? Yeah, who else want to fuck with Hollywood Cole in this motherfucker? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you owned it, we would have looked at it different, but you cried about it. You went and you were remorseful. You went on the red table talk, right? You let that chick talk crazy to you. Right? You let her do all this stuff, talk about entanglement. So we know you not like that, right? We know you not like that. Like, yeah, you come from West Philly, this and that. Everybody else down there might be like that, but we know you don't want that kind of smoke. So when you made that kind of line, it kind of made us kind of throw back because we was rooting for you. We're like, wait, oh, now you meant to do that? Oh, now you tough. Now now if they come up on the stage, you coming up on the stage, cool, bet. So we've seen that, and then we've seen some of the most horrific freestyles, right? This is the bounce back. We saw some awful freestyles. We're not getting good rap out of Will. We're not getting good music, and then we're getting contradictory messaging. It's just all over the place, and here we are now. What else can go wrong? Well, this AI footage is an awful, terrible mistake. I think this is going to harm Will Smith, and I know all of us are. Somebody's in my comments every time I do one of these videos. Somebody gets in my comments, leave Will Smith alone. That's my baby daughter. I'm not disrespecting Will Smith for one. I'm just telling the story, but at the same time, I think Will Smith is open to ridicule just like everybody else. When you do some stuff like this, we got a right to ridicule you. So let me talk about what's going on with this Will Smith situation. I told you I'm going to show you some pictures. Once you see these pictures, you're going to be like, how in the heck would somebody let these crazy pictures go? But let me have this conversation. Will Smith is accused of using AI for an embarrassing tour video. Footage from the clip appears to show audience members with distorted faces, blurred limbs, and extra digits. I'm telling you, they got 6, 7 hands, fingers, and this, that, and the third. He doesn't even need to. It looked like the place was lit anyway, right? I don't know what. Maybe it wasn't as lit as the video footage made it seem, but it looked like it was lit. It looked like, bro, there's a way to shoot this without using AI. You can get. I've seen rooms with 20 people. If you shoot it right, it looked like it was lit. So I don't even know why the AI needed to be used. Just get some tight shots, get the parts you need, and pull back. You don't need to show the whole room if it's not packed. He's doing arena, so I'm sure it was a nice amount of people in there. But let me continue. I just don't understand. It don't make no sense to me. Will Smith has been accused of sharing a video that uses AI for shots of crowds cheering at his current summer tour. The Hollywood actor and rapper kicked off the UK leg of his based on a true story tour in Scarborough on Sunday, in support of his recent album of the same name. Ahead of the concerts, a video was shared from his official YouTube channel titled, "My favorite part of the tour is seeing you all up close. Thank you for seeing me too, gang." You wasn't seeing these people up close. These are AI characters, gang. They got missing eyes and all kinds of weird. Their faces are squished. Will, this is a bad look. Your career is taking me. This is the last thing. If you got to do this, don't make no video at all. I'm just going to be honest. This is insane. Let me continue. In the past week, the clip has been gaining attention as viewers claim it makes heavy use of AI for footage that seemingly shows his adoring fans crying and waving homemade signs. Why would you want to fake any of that? Why would you want to fake crying and homemade signs? And some of the stuff is real. So some of the crying, some of the faces are real. Why would you want to make something inauthentic? And this is why people are starting to feel that Will Smith is not an authentic person. I don't think Will Smith has been authentic with us ever. I'm really starting to think Will Smith is not who he portrays to be at all. And that happy-go-lucky thing is a facade, and it's cracking and it's breaking, and it's starting to. Right now, we're in a time where a lot of things are starting to come to light, and I feel like this whole thing was bound to happen. It happened like this for a reason. Will Smith got to get right inside. You in a loveless marriage. You said y'all was separated for 2 years. You didn't tell anybody. You let her sleep with this guy. You were doing your own thing while you showed the whole facade to the whole world that you two were this happy. Remember, it was Will and Jada. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett goals. You had people out here saying you guys were goals, relationship goals. You let us believe that all the way up until the slap. All the rumors and stuff, you wouldn't address it. You don't tell your personal business. You got everybody thinking that you guys are legit. You won't tell your personal business, but you're doing all kind of nonsense. This girl is sleeping with August Alsina right there on the damn same cruise with the whole family. And you're making it like it's all good. Your kids are warped. Everything is twisted in there. This is what it is. You're hiding all of that. And it's manifested itself with these distorted ass AI false images of this false lifestyle that you want us to believe. I'm just going to be honest. Let me continue. Another shot shows a man's knuckle appear to blur along with his sign, which reads, "You can make it. Help me survive cancer. Thanks, Will." You got an AI man saying that you helped him survive cancer? Will, what's going on? You just made us believe that some fictional AI man survived cancer because of your music. I'm telling you guys, this facade is coming down bad. This AI thing is a this is something coming from maybe a spiritual place that Will needs to pay attention to. I'm just going to be honest, because it makes no sense to pretend. You got a pretend character talking about he got cancer, Will? Like, what is happening right now? This is beyond embarrassing. This is downright criminal. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. Meanwhile, the woman in front of him is seemingly holding his hand, but the headband of the woman behind her is somehow over her wrist. Okay? I don't know what to say, bro. And I can't even see all this. I'm just taking their word for it. I got to slow it down to even see any of this shit. A woman's headband seems to go over the wrist of the woman in front, while her own hand morphs into the man holding up a sign. Fans in the comments section of the YouTube video have called out the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star for showing what they branded as a fake AI crowd. It is 100% a fake crowd, Will. I am very disappointed in you. I'm just going to be honest. All right, so this is one of the fans commenting. Imagine being this rich and famous and having to use AI footage of crowds. Tragic, one critic said. Another wrote, so not only is this an abomination to look at because it's low quality phone footage that's been heavily AI upscaled, but there's also in between scenes that are clearly AI generated. Another said, citing timestamps where the alleged inconsistencies occurred. Videographers exist. Why abandon quality work for this degenerative slop? Others questioned. One fan remarked, I don't want to be that guy, but you can see many people in the crowd having 6 fingers or more, eyes smudged, faces are distorted, proving that almost all clips that show the audience are AI generated. A screenshot from Will Smith's promotional video appears to show audience members with distorted faces and oddly shaped hands. Hey, Will, these are PR stunts and they're going nowhere. What kind of sheeple do you think we are, bro? You can't be this ignorant. Come on, bro. It's embarrassing. Listen, man. I think Will Smith needs to actually explain this and come out with an apology. He needs to say, listen, guys, it wasn't my fault. I outsourced this. I apologize to you profusely. Let's move on with the show. Will Smith, you're becoming an embarrassing, like I said, a semi-villain. You're not there yet. I think you're going to slowly one day just turn into this really cranky, evil super villain that's just against everything and everybody. And then we'll be like, okay, that was what was there all along. You could have been half of that and you could have been half sweet and kind and been half this guy, and we would have accepted you for who you were. But you pretended to be this super nice, funny, extra talented guy, and you are all that. But at the same time, I think this hurt your career by trying to not show this other side. Right? You bring it out when you're acting as Mike Lowry, down the third. But for the most part, you portrayed this image and you bottled up all this stuff, and you had a lot of people bottling up their stuff to try to imitate what you were. They read your books and it's down the third, and they thought they got a good sense of who you were. I don't know what's going on, Will. I'm just going to be honest. And that young kid that I used to be back in the day, he would actually be really confused right now. So I'm going to leave it at that, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. CLBMG, man. I'm out of here. Head on over to black-yeti.com. They ship all over the continental U.S. Let them know who sent you. Also, every Wednesday night, we go live on the West Show. Tap in. All right. And that's about it. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone in the skin. With a level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first, I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months' time, the city like that's him. Oh.